Hi everyone, Rachel from Desert Blossom Crafts here. Today I'm going to show you how to make one of the first stitches you need to know in crocheting. If you've been watching my beginner series, you already know how to make a slip knot and a chain, and that's what I've done here. And now we're going to learn how to make a single crochet stitch. So to begin, after you've made a chain, that's the first step. Then we're going to start our first stitch. Now with single crochet, it's important to know that anytime you do a new row, you're going to always skip the first chain. So with this chain row, you're going to skip the first chain and we're going to work our stitch right into the second one right here, so the one up at the hook in. And that's actually exactly what you're going to do. Now one tip before you start, it is helpful to hold the chain with your pincher fingers that were holding the chain while we were working this way with the chain. Now we're turning the chain like this and hold it right before the stitch you're going to make, so that way it's not flopping around everywhere. Now the first thing you're going to do is insert your hook into the second chain, so not the first one, that'll be too hard. You want to put it in the second one. You're just going to put it right in. Then you're going to put the yarn over the hook, so just kind of like you made a chain. It's going under, not over. This is actually called a yarn over, and that's one term that we will use later in crocheting also. So you're going to yarn over, then you're going to pull through this first loop, that's the chain loop. So you can see now I have 2 loops on my hook. 1, 2. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to yarn over again, just like you're chaining, going under. Now you're going to pull down and pull through both loops. And now you've made your very first single crochet right here. So let's try that again. So I've moved my fingers over, I'm holding, and here's my next chain right here. So you're always going to put your hook in this top loop of the chain. So I have my next chain here, I'm going to stick my hook in under the top loop. Okay. Next, I'm going to yarn over. Next, I'm going to pull down and through just 1 loop, so now I have 2. Then I'm going to go under again, yarn over, and turn the hook and pull down and through. And now I have 2 stitches here, so you can see it's slightly higher than when you just had the chain. And you're just going to repeat this across the chain. In, yarn over, turn, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, through the top loop of the chain, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. So now I've finished 4 single crochet, and how you can count them, you can see on the top it almost looks like a chain again, and those are the top loops of every stitch. So to count them, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 single crochet that I've made. So if we continue, we'll do one more with you. Through, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. And like I was saying before, it will help if you always keep your pincher fingers near the stitch you're making. See, watch, if I put them down here, it's going to be harder, or if I'm holding even the yarn, it's harder to manipulate everything that I'm doing. I can still do it because I'm used to it, but it will be harder for you. So make sure your pincher fingers are always close to the stitch you're making, and it will help them be even, not be too tight or too loose. So I'll just go ahead and finish this row. And now you're not going to work in this knot, this is just the slip knot, so you don't want to work in that. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 single crochet stitches. So the next step is to make more rows. And to do that, we have to turn our work around. So you're going to take the end right here, you're going to flip it this way to the left. And now we're ready to start our next row because our yarn is on the right side of our work and we can work our way across. So to begin our next row, there's just one new thing you have to know, and it is you have to make a chain before you start. If you try to start single crocheting right away, it won't look quite right. So you want to make one chain, and this is called a turning chain. Now next, we're going to work our first stitch, and unlike the chain, we're not going to skip one. This chain will not count as a stitch, it just helps us turn. So we're going to go in these first loops here. So once again, here's the top of it. We're sticking our hook through both loops now. Instead of just one, we're sticking them through both, because we have these stitches on the bottom that are they're like a foundation. They hold it together. So we don't need to just go through one loop, we can go through two. So you're going to go through this first two loops, and then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to yarn over, you're going to pull through. Now you have two loops. You're going to yarn over and pull through two. And now I have the first stitch of my second row. I'm just going to keep repeating this. So here is my next stitches here. Here's the two loops. I'm going to put my hook through, and I'm going to put them through right here. Then I'm going to yarn over, pull through one, yarn over, pull through two. Now I've finished two. So let's do that together one more time. You're going to put the hook through, yarn over, pull through one, yarn over, pull through two. You're just going to keep repeating that till you get to the end of your row once again. The last stitch is always a little bit tricky to get your hook in, but it is possible. You still want to put it through those two top loops. So now I've finished 2 rows of single crochet. And you always want to count and make sure you have the same number of stitches each time. So 3, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8 in each row. Now from here, you're just going to keep repeating. You're going to turn your work to the left, chain 1, and make your first single crochet, and just continue single crocheting across the row. So that is all there is to it, to the single crochet. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please subscribe so you can make sure and see lots more videos.